Okay, so today we will be looking at the continuation of the unlocking your wealth from dormant property. There are an inherent wealth that are basically stored up in real estate that people are just not maximizing. And because I'm heavy and I believe so much in cash flow, creating cash flow, and I always look at every opportunity to make money from real estate is a great opportunity. So my name still remains Okwe Oluwa Oni. In life, things are meant to happen, but you are the one that determines how you react to the things that happen. So it's not about what is being thrown at you, it is about how you react to what is being thrown at you. So today we'll be looking at what are the options we have when property goes dormant, right? So we looked at okay the reason why some of these property goes dormant or become dead property. So all those things we listed at the last episode are the things you now need to correct and work on. They are the things you need to correct and work on. Very, 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 very important. You need to correct them and you need to work on those things. Okay, we looked at um, titles, the right you have, regulatory, how do you overcome some of these challenges that has made your property to be dead, and there are other issues that you location, issue of financing, how do you finance this project, which is really one of the most important because major reason, let me not use the only reason why most property are dormant is financials. Like one of my mentors would say, he said that you can solve any problem in any business when you don't have sales challenge. So if you have sales challenge, if you have 10,000 problem in a business, and if one of them is sales, you need to solve that sales problem to solve every other problem. So find a way to solve your sales problem because sales gives you cash flow and cash flow is the bloodline of every business. And if there are no blood in any, if there is no blood in anybody, that person is as good as dead. So also in solving problem, you need to solve the sales problem first. Okay. So what are the options? And we just need to look at okay. So whatsoever reasons why a property is idle can also be a major detriment to the local economy of that of that environment, right? And it can also lower the value of property within that environment because it will affect the economy of that environment. If, for instance, now you build a house on a street and out of the 10 plots on that street, six are uncompleted, only four where people are living. You have security issue, miscreants, dumping of refuse on the road. The things, a lot of irregularity will show up, and until that property becomes active back, you will not be able to resolve all of that. Okay, so it will attract criminals and a whole lot of things. So there are only basic two options because you need money, and when it comes to money, it's either you sell the property or you find a way to convert it into a cash flow making machine for you, right? So to solve all the problems we've listed in the previous video, you need money. You need money. You need yes, government policies too, because most of the time you can't really influence problem government policy without you having the way, the means to go about it. Okay, so the mistake most of these monile guys does because they find themselves in this category too is that instead of them just to sell a few, use the money they recoup, add value to the remaining one left, and make the property active. They just sell and move on because they didn't really work for the property anymore. So that's one of the biggest and greatest mistake that they make and they are still making right now. Okay, so coming back to what do you do is either you put them up for sale or you put them up for income or cash flow possibilities, which has lease, rent, and all of those other things. Okay, so how do you go about it? So if you put them up for sales, what are the things that you can do to make. I'm going to be sharing about 10 things, but because of time, I'll probably just share maybe first four, first five. Then in the next episode, we'll look at the remaining things that you can do when you want to sell that dormant or idle property, right? Number one is that research the market so that you can know the possibilities. Research the market so that you can know the possibilities. So for every location, there is a market for that location. There's an economy of that location. That's why you see, say, okay, per capita income of Lagos is greater than per capita income of Kano. Per capita income of Lagos is great. Even in Lagos, per capita income of island is bigger than the per capita income of what? Of mainland. The reason is because the production on the island is different from the production on the mainland. For instance, all the almost 30 plus financial institutions in Nigeria has their headquarter on the island. So these are big earners. These guys does numbers in multiples of billions of dollars. Okay, so that means they pay better too. Most oil companies too have their corporate offices on the island. So every market has their own. So a property in VI is different from a property in Yaba, or is different from a property in Ebute Meta, is different from a property in Bagada, Maryland, even in GR. You don't treat them the same way because they all belong to different markets. So there are some markets that are commercially uh, uh, area. It's commercial property that you put up there, and there are some markets that are um, basically rental for rental purpose, and there's some market that are residential area. There's some market that you don't do tenant basically. So there are different markets serving different purposes and to different set of individuals and people all together. Okay, so research the market to know the possibility. Number two, I like the reasons why people should buy. Yeah, because you want to sell. So I like the reason why people should buy. So if you are the one that want to buy from yourself, why will you buy? Because if you don't um, get if you don't answer that question, it's almost going to be impossible for you to make significant progress. Yeah, it's almost going to be impossible for you to make significant progress because you should put yourself in the shoe of the buyer. If I am the buyer, why should people buy from me? That's a critical question that needs to be answered. Then number three is advertise. You need to advertise now. Now you know the reason why people should buy. Okay, there's a major development coming. There's a road expansion that is coming up. These might be the reasons why people want to buy so that they can now use it for land banking, they can use it for agri, they can use it for all those things. To highlight all these reasons, then you now push the reason because people don't buy because they just have money. People buy because of a why. You must answer the why for them. It is the why that you now put it what before them so that they'll be able to then take a decision to buy, right? So you need to now use media to push that narrative. Use media to push that narrative. It is significant. And you need to do it significantly. Pump the pressure, pump the pressure, pump the pressure, pump the pressure, so that people know that, okay, these are the benefits that I get from buying this particular property. Let them know and give them all the reasons, explain everything. That's number three. Then number four, which is where I'm going to be stopping, use local agents within the community. A lot of people don't understand the power of these local agents. You see, there are some transactions that it is at the beer parlor that to be closed. For instance, we're in a meeting one of recent and we're discussing with a lawyer, and this lawyer is representing a particular man that does real estate, and he was now telling us that, see, if you guys want a deal, call this my agent, my principal, to a meeting, preferably a beer parlor, and have a discussion with him. He can give you a much better deal than what I would even be offering. And he was like, wow. I said, yes, it can. So that is um, basically offering them a deal will do for you. That's what offering them a deal will do for you. So use local agents within the community. Um, those agents will significantly help you to push your product, and they also know people that are demanding for your product. Okay, so these agents are very, very, very influential guys. They understand the territory, and even most people that want to buy it, they usually go to these agents because there are people that have money and they say, okay, I want to buy a property. Okay, I know a guy, and because they work with basically referral model, so they know somebody that knows 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 somebody. Okay, so and with that, money hides in people. So with that network of people, you'll be shocked how many people that you'll be able to sell to. For instance, I remember that there are people that I know in this business. It's from one agent. I know the second agent, I know the third agent, I know the fourth agent, and all of a sudden I know quite a number of people within that house. So even anytime I need a transaction, I need anything get done in that area, all I just need to do is was to reach out to one or two of them, and those things get done easily. And anybody that is now coming to that market will be wondering, how am I getting things done? Even though I do not reside in that market, is because I know the people that their specialty is that market, and those are your local agent in that community. Okay, I hope this has made a whole lot of sense to you. So tomorrow we'll look at other things you can do in terms of putting it up for sale. Then afterwards, we'll now look at how can you get cash flow from this property, and hopefully we won't need to do any other part and all of that. But let's see how it goes. And don't my parting shot for you is that you can win. Don't let anybody tell you that you cannot win. So play big so that you can win.